Welcome to SVG-TV News on Monday, November 25th, 2024. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The ruling Unity Labour Party, the ULP, is aiming for a repeat of the 2001 general election results when they won 12 out of the 15 constituencies, securing them in power for over 23 years. Speaking at the party's 26th National Convention on Sunday at the Camden Park Secondary School, ULP leader Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves expressed confidence in achieving a landslide victory at the upcoming polls, which will secure the party a sixth term in office. However, he acknowledged that the outcome ultimately depends on the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
While the other people may sleep to dream, we in the Unity Labour Party dream to change the world for the better. And it cannot be done only by the leadership. It has to be done by every single one of us in this party and in the country. In unity, in solidarity, in love, in faith, and in hope. That is the way we do it. Because of what we have been doing, the Unity Labour Party is stronger today than it ever was. I am telling you this, in 2025, whenever the elections are called, we are going to get a victory on a scale that we got in 2001.
The ULP leader reminded party members of the many developments that have taken place under his government, noting that these efforts continue while acknowledging that there are some disgruntled members within the party. Gonsalves called for unity among supporters as they move forward toward the elections.
Ourselves, when we go in for sixth term, we have to make sure that we organize better. So I want to call on you in your constituency councils to organize better. Rev up the youth arm and the woman's arm. Have unity and coherence. Between now and the next election, I don't want to hear grumbling among Labour. I want to hear unity, because that is the only way we are going to get the sixth term. And we have to make sure we bring out every single Labour voter. Once the Labour voters come out, nobody could beat Labour in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Meanwhile, Dr. Gonsalves announced that there will be new faces on the ULP ticket for the upcoming general elections. He revealed that the party plans to field new candidates in the constituencies of North Windward, East Kingston, the Southern Grenadines, and South Windward. For North Windward and East Kingston, Gonsalves expressed confidence that the ULP will secure victories in both constituencies.
Gomri, for instance, has already said he is retiring, and we have to thank him for his tremendous service. Gomri has taken North Windward safe thus far, and grace will lead us home. Cummins in West Kingston, he ain't got nothing to say against Kisal other than try to run she down personally. We sent her to university. She has done magnificently. And she having Cummins going crazier than ever.
As for South Windward and the Southern Grenadines, Gonsalves confirmed that the candidates have not yet been named, though individuals are already being sought for these positions.
Gusta says that he's not running anymore in South Windward. And we have alternatives, and we're considering those. Gustas isn't here, Gustas is in Guyana representing the country at the moment. And we have one or two persons in mind to take over on Snaggy in the Southern Grenadines. Because Snaggy say you want to take a rest from that. And I'm warning all of those candidates, NDP candidates in Kingston. we come in at every single one of you. We come in at Leacock, we come in at Cummins, and we come in at Bramble. And Carlos Williams, given his performance post-burial, we will keep Friday more at home. We will keep him more at home.
In other local news, entrepreneurs in the tourism sector in St. Vincent and Grenadines have commenced a one-week training program organized by the United Nations Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, ECLAC. A total of 25 local entrepreneurs are participating in the initiative. Speaking at the opening ceremony today, Economic Affairs Officer in the Economic Development Unit at ECLAC, Michael Hendrickson, noted that many tourism entrepreneurs are still struggling to recover from the impacts of COVID-19. Highlighting the need to assist them in rebuilding their businesses.
It's an entrepreneurial training workshop here in beautiful St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This workshop is linked to ECLAC's project, Building Back Better in the Tourism-Dependent Caribbean Economies post-COVID-19. And the aim of the workshop, of the project, is to look at strategies for building back in the tourism sector after the pandemic. Nevertheless, as we know, one of the most effective ways of rebuilding after the pandemic is to go entrepreneurship. So we are looking at strategies that we could move forward with in building back better in a sustainable way.
Hendrickson added that the entrepreneurs will receive expert guidance on how to expand their products and services to better meet the demands of the market.
In the Caribbean, we face a serious challenge in terms of diversifying and restructuring our economies. And this is something that we are looking at, and we are trying to enjoin you to look at how you could grow your businesses, not only to create jobs, but to penetrate new markets and to earn very scarce foreign exchange. We know in the Caribbean we face a serious challenge of getting foreign exchange. The hard currency, the US dollar, the euro, and so on. So we want you to not only focus on the local market, but we want you to explore how you can take your business online and grow your businesses to earn foreign exchange.
ECLAC recently conducted consultations with various businesses in the tourism sector and found that many businesses had become dormant. Hendrickson explained that staying competitive has been a major challenge, not just in St. Vincent and Grenadines, but also in other Caribbean countries.
The challenge of this entrepreneurial workshop is to promote business continuity, growth, and survival. Because as it is said, over a quarter of businesses fail in the first up to 5 years. So, you know, business failure is a real challenge. Many small businesses start out nicely, start to capture the market, but then they fade away, and that is not what we want. So we want you to be supported with practical hacks and takeaways that you can take to your day-to-day operations into your businesses so that your businesses can grow and thrive in this environment. We know that the environment is challenging. It's a challenging environment coming out of the high inflation environment, high cost of your inputs and raw materials right now coming from the international market. But we want you to see how you could get around that by improving your quality. Because if you improve your quality, you could charge a higher price.
The facilitator for the one-week training program is business consultant with ECLAC, Hayden Blades. The curtains came down on Restaurant Week on Saturday, which has been deemed a success by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Hotel and Tourism Association. The dates for Restaurant Week 2025 have already been set, with the event scheduled to take place closer to Carnival rather than in November, as it did this year. This announcement was made by Isolia Ginnins, a president of the SVG Hotel and Tourism Association.
Put it in your diary. Save the date. Restaurant Week 2025 will be June 22nd to June 28th, just before Carnival. In that time, we are selling for the persons who are coming home to be ready for Restaurant Week. I must also state, Soho House has already bid to do the closing of Restaurant Week in Kanawan. I'm just looking for a bidder for the opening. And we are good to go. Join us. We need more sponsors. It's not about the money. We are not here to make money. We are here to promote all of the restaurants. The moms and the pops at home, we need to get them out. We need to assist them in helping them to grow their business.
For many restaurateurs, Restaurant Week brought an added boost, attracting more customers. Basil's Bar and Chillin' were two of the 33 restaurants that participated. The managers of these establishments shared the experiences of the week, describing it as a great success.
This week we did something that we haven't done for a long period of time, and it went down well with the persons who actually came and had it. We did fish tea with Bam Bam, something that we used to have when we were children. And we brought it back and it went well. Thank you so much for this. The guests loved it, and I actually introduced it to some foreigners who told me that they're coming back just for the Bam Bam. So maybe I will continue to serve it for the next week or so.
This celebration of culinary creativity has not only allowed us to share our passion of great food, but also to connect with fellow restaurateurs and food lovers in a way that was truly inspiring. The street food safari was particularly a highlight for us. It gave us the opportunity to showcase our vibrant and bold flavors that defines Chillin' Restaurant, and to witness firsthand how food brings people together. The energy, the excitement, and the smiles we saw during the safari moments will always be kept in our hearts.
Restaurant Week was also seen as a boost for local farmers, offering them an opportunity to sell their produce to restaurants. Minister of Agriculture Supporter Caesar expressed hope that more farmers will get on board in the future.
I want to first of all commend the association for the excellent work that you continue to do in mobilizing the stakeholders across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and to look throughout the region to build your human resource capacity. And in the capacity as Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, we are going to continue to do our part.
Minister of Tourism Carlos James also commended the SVG Hotel and Tourism Association for successfully hosting Restaurant Week 2024. He noted, however, that more local foods should be incorporated into restaurant menus, which will cater not only to locals but also to the visitors and tourists.
I just want to encourage, as Isola mentioned, for our stakeholders to really look at augmenting the menus. Let us see a lot more local ingredients in our gastronomy and in our menus, because people who come here, and they often say to me, I want to try your local food. But you often go to restaurants and you get a nice serving of French fries and maybe a steak, but that's what they eat every day. And people want to try local things. And it's always good to have a local part of the menu, just so that visitors and even Vincentians, when they go out, they can sample some of the traditional things that we are so accustomed to here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
The dates for Restaurant Week 2025 now confirmed. Minister James also suggested that the event could be held twice a year to further promote St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a culinary destination.
It's so lovely that I don't think we should do it once a year. We should look at expanding to have at least, different periods or different quarters where we can host activities like this. But also, I was just speaking to a representative from, I think, ECGC a while ago. And apart from celebrating the stakeholders and the chefs who are behind the scenes, you don't get to see them when they come out and put it together, the menus and the dishes and so on. But we have to look at how we can move and lift the bar a little bit in having competitions for mixologists, for us to look at how we can have not just celebrating the best chef of the year, but let us reward the chef by having a competition to really see who's really good at putting together various local dishes, and even on the spot. And we have to see, and I would love to see this being done through the stakeholders, the Hotel and Tourism Association.
Restaurant Week 2024 was held under the theme Taste of Vinci. Now for a look at the weather forecast and the 72 hours weather outlook, the SVG Met Services says breezy conditions can be expected across our islands due to an existing tight pressure gradient across the Eastern Caribbean. In addition, occasional cloudy skies could trigger intermittent showers as low-level moisture migrates to our islands. On Tuesday, the potential for moderate showers and thunderstorm activity increases along Wednesday and Thursday during the mid-afternoon period. Residents and motorists in areas prone to flooding and landslides or near rivers or streams are asked to remain on the alert. Moderate to fresh east-northeasterly trades are crossing our islands. A slight decrease is expected from Tuesday and shift to easterly to east-southeasterly. Seas are currently moderate in open water, with swells peaking up to 1.5 meters on the western coast and near 2.5 meters on the eastern coast. Marine users are also asked to exercise caution for above normal sea swells and breaking wave action and rip currents near the shoreline. No significant Saharan dust haze concentrations are anticipated during the forecast period. Here that today, Monday, November 25th, marks the beginning of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence under the theme towards 30 years of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action Unite to End Violence Against Women. The annual global campaign aims to educate women and girls about gender-based violence and raise awareness about the issue. In an address to mark the start of the campaign here, Minister of National Mobilization Kiesel Peters pointed out that gender-based violence does not only affect women and girls, but impacts everyone in society.
During these 16 days, we must reflect on the root causes of gender-based violence. It stems from deep-seated social norms and attitudes that perpetuate inequality and silence the voices of the most vulnerable among us. We must challenge these norms, educate our communities, and foster a culture of respect, understanding, and equality. I urge each of you to take action during this campaign, whether it's participating in workshops, engaging in conversations, or simply standing in solidarity with survivors.
Minister Peters highlighted some of the key areas of focus for this year's campaign, including community engagement, strengthening support systems, and increasing education around the various forms of gender-based violence.
It is a societal issue that affects families, communities, and our nation as a whole. It transcends borders, cultures, and socioeconomic status, and its impact is felt in every corner of our society. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have made significant strides in promoting gender equality and empowering women. However, the reality remains stark. Many women and girls continue to face violence both in their homes and within their communities. The statistics are alarming, but behind each number lies a story of pain, fear, and often a struggle for survival.
Every effort counts, said Peters, noting that the support systems in place need to be strengthened to ensure that everyone, regardless of gender, is able to access the help they need in addressing gender-based violence.
It is crucial to create safe spaces for dialogue where individuals can share their experiences and seek support without fear of judgment or retribution. We also need to strengthen our support systems. This includes ensuring access to resources for survivors, such as counseling, legal assistance, and shelter. Our government, non-governmental organizations, and community leaders must work together to create comprehensive strategies that address the issues and the needs of those affected by gender-based violence.
According to the United Nations, an estimated 736 million women, almost 1 in 3, have been subjected to physical and/or sexual intimate partner violence, non-partner sexual violence, or both at least once in their lifetime. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is closer than ever to achieving the goal of establishing a modern, competitive, and diversified post-colonial economy, which will serve as a foundation for the formation of both the economy and society. This is according to Minister of Education Curtis King, who was addressing the recently held inaugural TVET Technical and Vocational Education and Training Youth Symposium. Minister King emphasized that given the increasing demand for young people to be prepared and empowered to seize the opportunities and meet the challenges of this new economy, TVET has a critical role to play in equipping youth for the future.
Why TVET? Some may ask. Well, TVET is a powerful engine for innovation and long-term development. By equipping learners with practical skills and fostering problem-solving mindsets, TVET creates a workforce that is not only job-ready, but also adaptable to emerging technologies and global shifts. This is important because we are living in a world that is emerging before us every day with so many differences to the ones that we occupied before. That it is important that we recognize this and we make the adoption one and we adapt to the new realities. This hands-on approach inspires creative solutions to real-world challenges, driving sustainable development across industries. As we build an economy capable of thriving in the future, TVET remains a critical foundation, nurturing skilled professionals who lead change and contribute to the resilience and growth of our communities for years to come.
As activities to commemorate TVET Month continue, Minister King reaffirmed the government's commitment to fostering technical and vocational skills to the point where they are not only respected but also valued as key drivers of the new economy.
Even though I recognize how significant we have been seeing the mindset, we still have too many persons who still do not recognize, and significant others who still do not recognize the value and importance of TVET. Moreover, I repeat, TVET is more than just skills training. It is a path to inclusion and equity. For many of our citizens, TVET represents a lifeline. Yes, a chance to break free from poverty, unemployment, and marginalization. It is our duty, therefore, to ensure that TVET remains accessible, inclusive, and adaptable to the needs of all learners, regardless of their background. This year, 2024, we have built on years before, but I must say that we do recognize a re-energization, well, a re-energy, if you like, in the commitment among our stakeholders to deliberately include TVET in all sectors of our education system. I speak here specifically about the many initiatives to expand TVET, not only at the secondary level, not only at the community college level, but also at the primary school level.
Minister King also stated that efforts are ongoing to improve the quality of training and ensure that the various educational institutions are responsive to the needs of both industries and learners.